what we're looking at is everybody has a big glaring aspect of how they operate. I think when you look at Seattle and you look at Indy, I look at both of them going, all right, we just saw a big moment when Seattle played the Rams and Indy played the Chiefs, and both these quarterbacks, former first-round picks in new locations, didn't play up to the way we wanted them to play. There were
Right.
some people in that Chiefs building after that game that I talked to that were like, I don't know if Daniel Jones is the guy. They put that entire game in their game plan was to put it on Daniel Jones and shut down Jonathan Taylor and to just see if he could be the guy. And they came out of that going, I don't know if he's the guy. And this is the year that we're finally seeing these marquee quarterbacks. And you mentioned like the Bills have problems. That offense is broken right now. Like there's people for calling for Brian Dable to come into that building. Sean McDermott hasn't said it yet, but he hasn't ruled it out to my understanding. And then you look at the Ravens and Lamar Jackson's just not healthy. He just is not the player we used to. Go watch the film. I was talking to a defense cornerback about this the other day, and he was like, watch the film. They're not even worried about him running. Like defenses are not even concerned with Lamar Jackson running right now because he's not healthy. And that offense is having problems. So usually it's Mahomes and it's Burrow and it's Allen and it's Jackson that you have to worry about. Now it's which defensive lines are carrying the elite in the NFL. And the Denver Broncos have one of them. Because look at the best teams in football right now. They're playing the most consistent football. It's the Rams. I mentioned their defensive line. It's the Broncos. Look at their defensive line. The Texans of late, that defensive line is carrying them into the mix now. Philly's defensive line, I know they gave up a huge lead, and that's the offensive side of the ball, but they're still one of the best teams in football. They have a dominant defensive line. And it's you're seeing these groups. And guess who doesn't have one anymore? The Chiefs.
Right.
The Chiefs do not have a dominant defensive front right now.
That's
so
right.
to me, that's what has shifted a little bit because we're not seeing that elite quarterback play that carries teams above the X's and O's when things don't work. Now you're seeing some of these teams built differently. And I want to see if Denver can run with some of the teams that I mentioned because of J.K. Dobbins being out.